Hey guys, what's up? So today what we're going to do is we're going to be installing a new shift knob. It's a lower profile shift knob. It's going to be the Acuity Poco here. I'm going to show you how to kind of take everything apart, put in the new shift boot and the new knob. It's going to be super simple. It took me a little bit to kind of understand how to remove the boot, but once you know how to do it, it's very easy. So I'm going to show you exactly what to do. Stay tuned and we're going to get started. Okay, but just to show you real quick, here's the new shift knob. It's the insulated one. It should be a lot shorter, and here's the little boot that we're going to install. We're going to start by removing the shift boot, and then removing the shift knob, the OEM one, and then I'm going to show you what clips you need to undo to kind of get some of the things installed, and then you're going to need a zip tie. You might need a little Phillips screwdriver. I have some scissors here to cut the zip tie once we're done, and I have a prying tool here that we're going to use to kind of unclip some stuff. So let me show you what we're going to do. Okay guys, so here's the OEM shift knob. This is what we're going to be changing. To be able to do that though, you're going to have to remove the knob, this little boot down here. We are going to have to remove this to be able to get underneath it so that we can install the new boot, which is this. So I'm going to show you how to do that. The first thing we have to do though is kind of remove this little boot here. Now the easiest way to do that is just to remove the here the leather, the faux leather, whatever it is. This part here, which spins, is glued on. You can see kind of right there that this little thing, it's glued on to the leather, but it's okay if you pull it down. It's no worries. We're going to be replacing this anyway. But as you can see, it's stuck on here. You know, there's no way to pull it down. The only way is you see these little clips here. There's two of them. So what you need to do is take something like a Phillips or something like that, and you kind of go in there. You're going to see as soon as I go under and up and click it, you can kind of see that it came off. So I'm going to just do the same on the other side here. Just see if I can. There we go. And it came off perfectly. Now to be able to get access to this, we're going to have to remove this whole thing to get underneath this so that we can remove. But really quickly, what you're going to have to do is you're going to need a 14mm wrench so that you can kind of clip onto this. And now you're going to have to go you're going to have to go opposing turn. So you want to hold this or slightly try to turn it clockwise, which is to the left, turn it left, and then to unscrew the knob, you're going to have to do the opposite, so turn counterclockwise or a little bit to the right. So let me do that. I want to kind of hold the phone here a little bit so that you guys can see, but it's a little bit hard to do without having some sort of prop. So let me do that real quick and I will show you how to get it done. Okay, so after doing that for a little bit, you can see that the knob will come right off. There you go. Oh, it's really heavy actually. It's a pretty heavy one. It's fully made out of metal. But you can see now that we have access to this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to unclip this to start removing it. Now there's going to be clips under here, electrical clips for these things under here. So you want to make sure your car is off. It actually would be best if you go ahead and unplug the battery. That way make sure no electrical stuff happens. So let me turn off the car here. Let me go get the battery off, and then I'll be back. Okay, guys. So I'm back. You can see in here. So what you want to do is take a prying tool. This is another prying tool that I have. And you want to kind of get underneath here. It's kind of hard to show you here. But you can kind of see that it's up. And you just want to kind of fidget with it a little bit. Don't be too hard. Because there are clips in here. You just kind of want to kind of go in here and just try to see what clips you can kind of undo. It's kind of hard to do this one-handed. All right, guys, as you can see here, we start to remove it, right? I'm going to start doing the same on the other side. It should pop out like it just did. Okay, now this is very important because there's going to be these attachments here. See these right here? There's a couple of them, and we've got to make sure that we unplug them. So all you got to do is you got to make sure you're under it. It's just like a little clip, and you're just going to basically pull for them to come out. So let me do that real quick and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, guys, so now that we have everything off, you can see that you can see the shifter assembly down there. These clips that go on that you're gonna have to remove, just be mindful that they have these little things in the middle. Let me see if I can show you this right here. This, you have to press down on it so that you can be able to pull clip out. So there's one here, there's one there, and then there's one that goes, this little one that goes, you know, down there. And now you can see we can easily now remove this. It's gonna come off like that, and then this comes off, easy peasy. Now what we need to do is prep to install this and the new shift knob. So let me get working on that and show you how it's done. All right, guys, so I'm in here. I just noticed that this little wiring is kind of clipped on. It's very hard for me to remove. Normally you would be able to remove this completely, but I wasn't be able to because of that wire. So I have here at the bottom, you can kind of see my new boot. You can see kind of in there. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna zip tie this so that way it stays in place, and then we're gonna flip this inside out and we should be halfway done. Okay, guys, so here I'm done. Here I stuck the little boot through the bottom. There's a little zip tie here. So now what we should be able to do is we're gonna clip, we're gonna put these clips back in like this. We're gonna put this back in here like so. There goes one. We're gonna put this guy back where he belongs. We're gonna put the little one back in. We're gonna put everything the way it was. We don't need this. We don't need this anymore because this takes care of that. And then we're going to install the new knob. So let me just, this clip goes in here. But this clip goes in here, I believe, like this. Pop, you can hear the click. Okay, and now with the new, I'm gonna put this in. We can't forget, there's that little one, this little guy that goes in. This little guy down there. Let's see this guy. Gotta make sure that goes into his little. Let me see if I can. We're just going to make sure we get the clip right. Okay. Okay. So that's clipped in, that's clipped in, that's clipped in. Basically, everything else should pretty much just click all the way back in. Now we just gotta move this up. Move this guy. There we go. Backwards. Awesome. And now a piece de resistance, we're gonna add this guy in. So we're just gonna screw him in all the way, and this should, see, pop in like so. Okay, wow, it is a lot shorter. And what I like about this is that you can just pull down and you can just unscrew it to get a, you know, if you want a different color or something like that in. But man, the shifter feels way shorter because of the distance. You know, there's not a lot of distance, but wow, that makes a huge difference to the feel. So hopefully you guys liked it. Super easy install to do. It should take you maybe 20 minutes to half hour, depending on how long it takes you to remove this and the clips and putting the boot on. That was the hardest part, and the zip tie. But other than that, thanks for watching. Okay, guys, so we installed the new shift knob here, the shorter shift knob. It feels great. The shifts feel really short. I'll probably take it around for a test drive here in a little bit. It's really hot down here in Florida, which is why I'm so sweaty. But super easy install. I was a little afraid because I've never done this before, you know, to remove the kind of the center console kind of area to get underneath so I can undo the clips and get the boot. install correctly. But really, it wasn't that difficult. Everything clipped right in and out. All I used were some prying tools, these two tools, and then a wrench to hold the little, so when you want to undo the shift knob, you had to undo this bolt here. And that's pretty much it. And then you pretty much put everything back together backwards, and that's it. A super easy install. Stay tuned, I got some more stuff coming in. I'm waiting for the downpipe to become available so I can buy that. There's an intercooler upgrade that I want to do. I'm going to switch my cold air intake from the 10th gen to finally the 11th gen whenever that becomes available from PRL, because you can't order it right now. And the very last thing is the exhaust. I want to get a whole new system, and once all that is done, I'll get a tune with a Honda or K tuner, and then kind of put everything together as kind of the cherry on top. And hopefully by then the car is going to be sounding great, it's going to be performing amazing, and hopefully you guys will have enjoyed the journey. So stay tuned.